Okay, girls. So today we have a lesson. Actually, it's not number 5, but chakras number 5, because before starting course, we'll have extra lessons. So it's more than just 5 lessons. So today we are drawing chakra number 5, which one is belong to throat. And this is not female's chakra. It should turn up clockwise in our body. And it's connected to the, okay, so I will give you some part of that. Okay, so interesting that I have a book which I connect to, and it's in my language, and it say belong to 5th chakra. There is a vibration and sound and communication, of course, because we are speaking, and different kind of speaking, mantras, singing. And here says a telepathy. And last time I had a conversation with Carla about ability of speaking without speaking. I wish to develop that. So, and we probably need that. And I already start to connect some, collect some information. I know Kat was once mentioned about this. So maybe we can talk together in the future to try to use Neurographica to develop these kind of things. And because I'm really interested, but I already collect some data about this and how to develop. There is some, it's not scientifically, so there is like no science yet, which prove it's really an ability. Like it's like just no improvement, but they think it's possible. Okay, that's it. And there's some kind of articles I read and suggestion how to develop that, and they all so interesting. They all will have one similar things. They all say to be able to do that, you need to understand yourself as a part of united things. It's like you have to totally be a part of this world and understand this and accept this inside of yourself. Otherwise, you cannot do this. Because why? Because if you are a single item, you are think like a single and like unique, some kind of. So unique is cannot be understandable. And so you have to put yourself as white as a God. I mean, it's like God is kind of not the God like we that used to think about in like in the church people talk about. No, it's like a field, like an energy, and you have to understand you are the energy in the first place, not a body. Body is just a instrument to live this life. So when you understand that, you will and accept this and live by this, so you will be able to communicate. So it seems like only people who are on this kind of level, they only can communicate, maybe develop communication between themselves that way without speaking, just mind talking. And other people probably will learn this with time, because the time is coming and it will force us to learn that. If we cannot, it means we will be left behind. Okay, so the interesting things is here. And it's very interesting because here is also says belong to this chakra is creativity, which one is also belong to 2nd chakra. Yes. And but here I think creativity on a verbal level, it's like more verbal and than material. And okay, the name of this chakra in Indian is Vishuddha, and of course you know the part is throat. And so the part is not on the throat. Everything is connected, because actually chakras, they can cover each other, just like in Neurographica, we can go see through, and so they connected. And so it's the shoulders, yeah, like here part chest, and the down face here, this part. So it's like these kind of things. And of course here say the energy of that is a sound. Okay, and so we can communicate, talk to each other, and of course when we talk, we do vibration, and people, why they understand what we talk, because our speaking is vibration, so it become vibrate in the air, and other people can hear us. And some kind of blockage when we feel hurt in the throat very often, or got sick, or problem with the neck, you know, and problem with this kind of I don't know how to say in English, this part here we have a
Times.
Yeah, okay, yes, so we
No,
have
it's not
here
thyroid.
Yeah, okay, so and the problem with the hearing too. Why? Because when one things we speak with fifth chakra, the other one we have to listen what other people speak. So this is the things. And light color is like very light blue, I mean not so dark. And they say the word, the sound of this is hum, it's hum. And they have 16 petals and on the flower. And the sentence we can use for this is I speak. And so interesting, actually, you know, it's interesting. They say the animals for that chakra is a elephant and lion and bull. Okay, so it's quite interesting. Before, I remember Natalie and Anna, you have that class about the drawing the totem, yeah? And I draw 3 times, or maybe even more, but every time, you can believe it, I just draw the same animal. Different way, but same animal, and it's elephant. Yes. And yesterday, actually, in my class, I have a book, and we talk about elephant, and we talk about why he has such a big ears. And the children just guessed why. And afterwards, I told them, because elephant, of course, he's big, so he has big ears. But his ears is working, he can hear like 10 kilometers away. He can hear the vibration by the legs. And he also can fan himself with the air, because there is very hot. And I even do experiment. I took 2 books. One is really big book, you know, it's like for children to read. And the other book is very small one. And I blow to the kids. I just take the book and blow to them. And after this, I take a big book and blow to them. And, you know, like, oh, they feel so cool. And so they say, oh, really? The big things can blow like stronger, faster, and the amount is bigger. Yes. So it's quite interesting. Yes. Okay. And it's very interesting that they say, okay. And so interesting here they say there is some Indian goddess which connect to that chakra. First is Ganga. Ganga is you know that India, they have a like a river, yeah, the Gang is a river. So Ganga is the goddess, which one is actually a river, and she is flowing in the Shiva's hair. She comes from his hair. He is willingly put her into his hair to protect her. And care for her as a girl. And actually his wife at that time was very upset with him to doing that. And they have a really big things get out of this. There's an interesting story about this. And the second one is Saraswati. Saraswati, you know, it's a goddess of knowledge in Hinduism in India. Okay, so it's quite interesting. And in the other religion, it's so interesting. It's Hermes, delivery, you know, delivery god, the one who can deliver the things quickly. He has flying shoes, right? In Greek mythology. Okay, and all kind and they say all muses is to connect to this chakra. It's kind of because there's a muse of singing, muse of poetry, right, and something else. So actually, it's like a verbal creation and art, and so you can hear that. So interesting. And Apollo, so it's like God Apollo, and it's god of the sun, right? In Greek mythology. And Bridget, I think is more English Scottish, yeah, like English part of the world, because in my country we don't have this, and I never met it before. It's a they say it's a orange hair woman, you know, so it's a as I read about her, it's belong to Scottish English culture there. And I don't know, two names here say Seshak and Nabu. I have no idea which culture they belong to and what kind of gods are they. Okay, it's quite interesting. Okay, so today we will talk about this. And the speaking chakra is very important. And as we know, for male, that chakra is very important. But they simply connected to that and can speak for themselves, very simple, but women not so much. And so we are going to draw this chakra. Yeah, it's so interesting. I feel it's really goes so difficult today. So we start. I will transfer my camera to this, and we will start here. Okay, so we have paper. As for some of you, I saw you already connect green heart chakra to the whole pictures, but because my pictures are connected that way, so I will draw the chakra first and today's chakra, and after this I connect this part to the up picture, I mean the bigger one, because this way will be difficult to draw. And so what we are going to do, okay, we are going to draw a circle first. Circle, okay, I draw a circle. Breathe. Notice if you need to breathe deeply, draw a circle first. And my markers stink. Sometimes they I don't know, they maybe spoil the ink or what, so they're so stinky. This one is better. Okay, and so here we have you divide, each side has a four, the quarter has inside four petals, yeah. So basically we have a 16th petals on the flower. Yeah, and they say this is the 16th letters. They connect to Indian language vowels. It's like A, E, O, yeah. So they have a wow. 16 hours is a lot. I have no idea how much it's Hindi, yeah. How much Hindi language has letters completely, but they have 16 hours, so it's actually a lot. Okay, so we start to draw. We start to draw the petals. They become much smaller than in the previous one. So we start to draw the petals of the flower. And after this, we draw inside the triangle. And triangle is the third petal is like third petal on the side, yeah. So you will understand how big is my marker has no ink. Okay, and you will understand how it's like here is the third petal, just not half, but a little bit lower. It's like maybe 1/3 of the third one down. So we take this. And inside we draw one circle. Yeah, one circle. And inside now we draw the symbol. The symbol is very interesting. Okay, we can actually you can draw bigger or smaller or completely inside. So some others what I see sometimes they draw up. So I will draw up, and here we draw one as usually that long stick. Okay, and after this it's here is a different way. It's like bending, yeah, and here have this drawing in many different things. You can see it differently made. Sometimes you can see a circle in the like this, sometimes it's just a circle. Yeah, I hope my camera is showing you the right way, because to me is my camera show me in the opposite, like mirroring things. And yeah, and I don't know how to check that, but I think maybe you seen it the right way. Yeah, okay. Okay, girls, so I want you to we draw this. Okay, now I want you to look at that. Okay, keep in your mind. And you put the marker down and sit on your chair comfortably. Okay, so you remember, yeah, it's a beautiful flower and with the petals. I would like you to today, when later we are going in, I would like you to remember the things. Okay, I will afterwards I will ask you to remember, and I explain you why. Okay. Okay, so we sit carefully, relax, take a deep breath, close your eyes. Okay, so we're already inside our head. It's like level 6. We go to elevator and we're already very close. Yeah, we take elevator, we press number 5. You feel the elevator is moving down just one floor. We're already here. And the door is open. Door is open and we get out. Take a look around. Okay, take a look around and find your chakra. It may look like a disc or something else, but I would like to ask you, and you just listen yourself, your inner side. If this is a flower, what kind of flower is it for you? Take a look at this flower and try to remember that. Okay. And now we'll look at our chakra and notice how does it spin. Okay, how it's spinning. If it's spinning clockwise, we have to stop it and spin it up clockwise. Try to feel, how do you feel about this? Okay, at the moment, step back and you please make the word inside of yourself is like order, yeah, to the chakra to be clean. Or even you can imagine the physical activity you do to clean it. But sometimes you just put the order is already clean and it's become clean. Or you can use imagination, you have some kind of ability, just like magic, to go into that and become clean. If you need to do some kind of job, do it. Okay, so when we're done with cleaning, we make chakra turn the right way. Look at this, look at surrounding. And we leave it for now. We go back to elevator. We press number 6. We'll go up. Take a deep breath. We are here and we are now. Move your body, acknowledge yourself here. Okay, and open your eyes. It's kind of very interesting, yeah, today, and I think it should be that way. So how do you feel? What do you see? If you see anything, it seems like not so easy today.
As soon as I got out of the elevator, I saw nothing. It was white, and it was very thick mist. And then finally, I saw my own feet, and I saw myself kind of like a film. And then it was very thick, like kind of smoke mist or fog. And then, as I walked alone down, I still don't know where I was going. And then it was black. Also kind of smoky thing just coming towards me. And I know my throat chakra is blocked, especially right now. I'm still recovering the cold from maybe 2 weeks ago. So I'm still coughing, and also like about expressing myself. I'm not very, I hold back. I don't really like to express myself. Or when I want to express myself, I don't know how to fully express myself. So I can understand why I encounter this kind of thing. And then I kind of got out a vacuum cleaner. So I suck all those things away. Actually, physically, I felt like someone was pulling me away from the chakra. I really felt that someone was pulling my body, my shoulder, my legs, wanted me to not they don't want me to go close to my chakra. So I really needed to kind of doing it physically to get them out of my way. And then I saw a piece of gem. It's bluish, but I know it's not what it's supposed to look like. It should be okay. It should be what you're wearing. I think called sapphire. It should be that, but it looks like a blue diamond sort of thing. So I need to clean that. I need to knock it. I need to shatter it to see the real thing inside. So that's how I clean it.
Oh, it's so interesting.
And then it was spinning clockwise, and you said it should be anti-clockwise. So after I shatter it, I started to spin it the right way. And then those shattered diamond or glass, whatever it is, started to get absorbed or something, and then started to spin the right way. And then there was kind of like it was kind of a halo around it. Yeah. And then it was about the time to leave. And then I told it that I will come back and visit you.
Okay, yes, girls. You can go back again on your own and or see the record second time, and you just can go back and do it on your own to complete the things you think you have to do. Yeah, probably me too. So I found this very strange. Yes. Anyone else want to share? No?
Sure. Yeah,
Mary?
it was
Uh-huh.
a big blue moon, really dark sky, lots of stars, ocean glowing, very
Oh,
bright. It
so interesting.
was very beautiful, but I was turning the wrong way, so I had to turn it back.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Mhm.
I
Mhm.
was with you at the ocean.
Ocean. Oh, water. Okay. Like last time, actually, we have few people who saw the forest, jungle, green things. Yes, yes.
So I had difficulty when I opened the elevator door. I stepped into a void. So it was a dark chakra, and it took a while for anything to come forth.
Appear. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. So and so what did appear for me was it was like a stream that I was on, and a bridge above, but the arc,
Mhm.
like a Japanese bridge
Uh-huh.
with the arch, and so I go through that, and then I find my chakra on the other side, and it was spinning in the correct direction, and so I did not have to make adjustment there. Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Okay, okay.
It was full of a lot of different colors, though. Finally, when it did lighten up a bit, it was just full of a lot of color.
Mm,
The
okay.
flower that I saw there was a torch ginger.
What's that?
A torch ginger we have on the island. It's a very big flower. It would be on a very long, tall stem.
Oh, okay. Maybe
And-
I can take a look later just for interest.
Yeah, I can pull a photo up later.
Oh, okay.
But the petals on the torch ginger has like a little rim of petals that would fold back, short little petals, and then it's made up. It's like it's like a little fist sitting on the stem. It's made up of tiny little petals all the way around that go up to the top.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it comes in different colors. I saw pink, but most generally, I think on the island we see red.
Okay, it's quite interesting. I want to tell you one thing that Vega mentioned about, yeah, it makes sense to me to start to be yourself and see really who you are. It seems like we need to knock ourselves first and let that layer on top broke completely and look into inner side, yeah. Interesting. So, anyone else want to share? Ned, did you see anything?
There was a lot of water for me,
Mm.
and there was a flower, but it was animated. It was drawn. It wasn't real.
Oh,
And the spin was correct direction, and the colors were light blue.
It's very interesting that, did you see the flower?
Yes, but it was just
Animated flower.
yeah, like drawn with pencil. Just
Oh, okay.
not-
Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so I also saw it was quite interesting. Today it seems like everything is different. And that actually before I did this and I saw a flower. It was a bell flower, you know, bell flowers look like a bell, blue color. In Russia we have these kind of flowers. And
Belladonna.
yeah, not really belladonna, but we have just a bell flower. It's a blue color And because belladonna is a poison flower, yeah, and but the bells, other bells is not poison, and they have many on the stem, and they because it's big flower, so it's actually looking down like this. They are looking down. But this time I saw the bell, which one is only one, it's on the stem and it's look up. It's like has a big inner side and some petals on top. Yes, something like this. And my chakra didn't, it's kind of no connection and foggy. And it's very interesting because it feels like there is a disconnection. It's like fog, like just Vega mentioned about, not understandable. And actually, Natalie, it's very interesting about your cartoon things. It's like not real. Yeah. And and after that, when I just keep waiting for a little bit, let it showing up. Okay, I understand. Okay, I saw a chakra, and but I don't see anything on it. But when I try to spin it the right way, it's don't want to spin. You know, it's like I try and it stop and spin, and it's kind of like spin different way, and it doesn't want to. And I feel physically quickly very big affection in the body, so kind of very unpleasant feeling. And after this, when I start to talk about cleaning, actually I suddenly, it's like it's become be visible, but before I didn't see anything. It's like not visible, invisible, you know. And I saw a lot of stones on top of that, actually real stones. And so I have to take them each and throw away from that. And after that, I start to feel surrounding become lighter, and the chakra becomes spin the right way. Yeah, and I found these stones, girls, it's why we don't want to talk about things, because we already maybe have been taught, or maybe we make this by ourselves, because we have a rooted heart chakra. We care about what our worlds can aim in other person, and we actually already make a few results of our words and our mind. And because actually quite often we are negative in ourselves, so we are awaiting that our worlds may make negative like result on other person. And or maybe he will answer negatively, maybe he will not like what we say, and so he will maybe cut us off or say something else. And so we are, when we have conversation, of course we have conversation in ourselves first. What if I say this? And so it's become so difficult to talk about what we want to talk about, especially if it's not just chatting, if it's something important for us. And it's why we cannot talk. It's kind of like a blockage. So this is stones for me, is like these kind of things. Yes. And but I think in some kind of way now that when we talk, and if person get uncomfortable with this, is just what the person talk. Yeah. Okay. So it's just like this, you know, and like a stones, you know, in my picture there, in my vision, the stones, they are kind of heavy, and they block you from saying and speaking. Yeah, it's quite interesting. So yeah, something probably coming up, something interesting, and need to time to proceed this. Okay, so I would like you to keep the idea of the flower in your mind. Maybe you can write behind that work what flower, just make a quick drawing, what flower is this. So I saw it like this. And I was thinking this flower, if the water come in, it will contain the things inside. And does it need to be that way? It was my question to myself. Yes. Because if before I also draw the flower, but the flower originally is looking that way. So it's just like this. But this time it's up. Okay, interesting. So now we fulfill our picture with the lines, but I feel you can depend on your own feeling, but I feel right now that I want to fulfill this picture with the lines which go inside into the picture. You can feel how do you like it. I feel my chakra first need to be fulfilled. You know, okay, I understand. I will fulfill, it's like I fulfill myself and my chakra with the memories and understanding. When I speak, I am supported. For example, when you say something is supported by other people. And quite often, a lot of people, when they listen something, they listen to answer. But we have to listen, not to listen to answer. So we need to be supported. It's like sometimes we're talking to ourselves, like you imagine if you make a cake, but you didn't put something enough there. Okay, it's still okay, eatable, but you just like talking to yourself and you say, this time I didn't put enough sugar. And someone very close to you, like maybe your husband or your mother, say, oh yes, you should put sugar, you should remember, otherwise it's not so yummy, and this and that. And you were just talking to yourself, you already know what's going on and something. But when you hear these kind of things from the closest person, it become very, it's not positive at all, and it will make you feel even worse than you start before you start to talk. And because sometimes when we say something, it's like we would like to have support, but instead of this, we just got different reaction. But sometimes we can think that the person can say, yeah, maybe can remember about this, but actually I think this one is already pretty good too. Yeah. So, and you will feel good about that. But it's just a moment. And these kind of things can happen many times everywhere, you know, in our childhood, when you're doing something, instead of support, we got different reaction. And so depending on the sensitivity of the person. So if a person is sensitive and these words, which is said by someone else, get inside deeply and hurt much, so the person next time prefer not to talk. And yeah, it's actually quite often happen to the children, because parents, they think they own their own children, and so they can they quickly judge with because children has no ability to vanish, you know, like friends. Maybe if you become negative to the friend 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and the friend will disappear. He can make a decision not to be your friend anymore. But children, they cannot make this kind of decision. So they have to face us because they depends on us. I remember I never tell anything to my mom, and I was thinking afterwards, why so? Because I feel not safe. I mean, I feel I will only receive judgment and saying how bad I am. And it doesn't matter really whose fault or not fault is that. The matter is support. And we expecting support from very close people. I understand why today this is issue, because this is communication. And this is very important to us because we are communicating with the language, and this is very important. And but female and the girls are more easy to suppress than the boys. So when someone tell us, shut up, don't talk, what you say is nonsense, we just, the best variant of this, if we think we don't say bullshit, but we shut up, we don't talk because we don't want to get the feeling of being wrong or being criticized or being punished. And the worstest things is when we start to think there is something really wrong, and what we say is really what these people say is a bullshit, you know, and we start to think, oh, I'm speaking wrong things because I'm stupid, because I am this, I am that. But actually it's nothing to do with you, with us. It's everything to do with that person who feel uncomfortable from our words, but it's his way to be uncomfortable, not our way to be uncomfortable. So this is very important. And I noticed recently, I don't know how about you, I noticed recently, I want to be everything to be simple. I don't want any, it seems like I stop understanding complexable things, you know? It's like sometime my son talk about, he want to share something about he knows, he likes, and he talk about like things he likes, like Japanese cartoons and some kind of characters inside or game. And it becomes so complexable. I just couldn't even understand and put these words into connection. It seems like words become not connected. It's like I can say I become so different. I only can understand what I want to listen, you know? And if something there is not important for me, my brain just deny this to understand. But before, I take everything in and try to precede this. But now it seems like has a border there. And the gate, like, what is this? Like, sieve, when you sieve the flour for the baking, yeah, it's like, it can sieve the things you want to get inside or not. So sometime when there is something not important, I sometime when my sons tell me something like this, I have to really concentrate to try to understand what he's talking about, to give him the feeling that I'm listening to him. It's very interesting, but it's so funny too, because sometimes he complained that I didn't really understand what he talking about. And I didn't listen to him, and he like got angry, you know. And I told him, you want me to understand the things you are interested about, but how can I understand? Especially, you know, sometimes he asked me, maybe it's very interesting, maybe we also have this kind of things in the life when we don't understand things, but people ask us to choose about that. It's like when you go to Thai restaurant, you never eat Thai food, and people ask you, you want to choose this one or that one? And you don't know what is these both things mean. So one time my son got upset with me, and he said, he asked me to choose which character of the game I like. I say, how can you ask me to choose these kind of things if I don't know? He say, but you just choose. I say, I just don't understand. What do you want from me? And why I need to choose? I don't want to choose anything because I don't know what is this. And it's very interesting, you know, when I choose without thinking. He say, it seems like you don't care. You just choose. It's like he say, in Chinese, it's like 随便, it's like you just choose what you choose. You don't think much. Why you don't care? So whatever it is, he doesn't like it. So it's quite interesting, you know, about these kind of things. So lately, yeah, I really understand it now. When I pronounce it right now and sharing with you, I understand recently, yes, I found myself that I stopped understanding something I don't want to, just maybe it's not necessary for me, and so it's become hard for me to understand. Very interesting. Yeah, so you see, I finish I finish rounding my chakra, and I will do the coloring while you are doing your things at your path, and the way you are doing. And you know, really, from yesterday message about chakras, I don't know what is, need to wait for a while to live with that idea and see how it will turn out. I will not draw the spin on my picture. I will let it settle down for a while. And I will color my picture. Yeah, these days we have rain. So interesting, nothing drawing, and I don't feel I want to use the pencil I have. It's kind of very interesting things today. The feeling is different. Everything is so different. And yesterday I had some kind of lesson with the people, and it's about return the energy of yourself to yourself. And it was also quite interesting feeling. And in the end of, well, I feel the petals of chakras grows up. So interesting. And after finish the class, I start to experience interesting feeling that it's become, have a feeling of some kind of, I don't know how to say, the feeling of the connection of something. It's like, you know, it's very interesting experience. Like at the moment, I feel if it's like I'm in some kind of very cold surrounding, like cold energy around me, because I start to breathe in the cold energy. It's like I start to experience like burning sensation on my nose and the end of the ears too, you know, like in my country, when it's really cold and if you get out of your house without the head, the first reaction you will feel by nose and by ears. It's like a burning sensation of the cold. And so yesterday in evening time, I start to experience this. It's like sensation of the cold air, like I'm breathing cold air, and the feeling of the nose, by the nose here, you know, when you breathe in, burning, and the ear too. Was quite interesting. And today, I think it's a special way. Yeah, I can feel it's very interesting feeling. And you know, Mary, I want to tell you that, of course, this is that when our close people pass away, they leave us here, and we said not that they pass away. We said that we lose opportunity to have them for ourselves in this life. Actually, it's this way. Yes, and it's just life and just an experience. When we understand nothing in this life is belong to us, and we are happy about what have been, the way it have been. Yeah, so this is it. And I really believe when a person goes away, he just don't have body, but he's of course still exist. And when the people be spiritual again, I mean, they got their spirit be free from the body, they have probably a lot of things to do, because their ability is so big, so huge, you know, and so they can do many things. That's so interesting.
I'm hearing that, Tatiana. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes, you know, because one time my friend, she talked to me, and yeah, last time I think I told you that, and so I talked to her, and we when we concentrate on word my, yeah, the stronger this word in our mind, the more difficult to leave things behind. So, and release them. But when we understand nothing in this world is mine, and so we're just happy about being in the process. And when the process is finished, it's just time to leave it to go. And so it's just like this. Yeah, but of course we can be sad. Yes, this is normal feeling. It's just You know what difference between when you understand this and when you don't understand this? You still set in the process in the both way, but when you don't understand this, when you keep living on your life, you will become very depressed and go down because of this. And but when you understand, you are just spirit, the other person is spirit, it's time for him to go, and you will understand, and you still can go in the life happily, you know, so not suffering so much from missing this person in the life that badly. Yeah. It's so interesting. I feel I want to put a dark color in my picture to emphasize the things in the picture. So you see, I think my energy from the sixth chakra is going down to that to help this, because I feel what I want to a dark blue, but maybe your feeling will be different. Maybe you feel you want to aid green or something else. So maybe it's very different things for you. Yeah, that's amazing. Today is feeling so different. Wow. It's like I feel myself, now I understand, I feel myself very heavy, like a stone holding me down. I cannot fly. Yeah, and I feel I want to cry and sob. So interesting, if you know something about chakra already for some time, I would like to ask you, what is your favorite one? Do you have a favorite chakra you think you especially connect to?
I haven't embraced it, but the observations that I've gotten from others that it would be the seventh chakra because I'm always flying out of my body.
Interesting.
So I cultivate a relationship with my first chakra to ground. So that's where I put my attention to balance the out of body and out of room thing.
I think my favorite one is the sixth one. I always connected to that. It's very interesting.
The one we're working on now is the one I have to do the most work with. I mean, what you were talking about in terms of all the different situations with communication, you know, they're spot on. It's like, I'd like to be able to communicate without words because I always concerned that I'm screwing that up. And, you know, offending, misunderstanding, all those kinds of things.
Yeah, and actually, you know why I'm starting to think about telepathy? Because one time I listened the lecture of Jacques Fresco, but it's just theoretical. Yeah, like theory, you know. I didn't see particularly practical things he talked about. And he speak once about interesting thing. He said there is misunderstanding between people because we use different language. So, and that point of things is feels very interesting things and right things to me. And because we have not only different language, we have different culture, different things, different this, different that. But basically, as a spirit, we are all the same. And so
Exactly.
I think that telepathy is the one things can bring us to united things, because if we use symbol, because they use symbol as a image, there is no words necessary to say. And if like symbol, it will be the same symbol, just clean symbol without putting culture things or experience on it. And it's like you speaking your language, but people understand what you are talking about. There is no it will be one united ability of connected and conversation to each other.
Yeah.
Interesting things.
There's
Yes.
no deceit. I was just writing my daughter today, and I told her that I really wish that I could offer my son a Vulcan mind meld so he could just tap into my brain and get all the answers to his questions in context. And just have that connection and that background. But we'll take time and be patient and answer questions and talk.
Yes, yes.
But it's just
okay. So hey girls, I want to tell you that today's picture, the second one is depends on your feeling, because in my vision I saw stones, yeah, and to me it's kind of interesting. They are really heavy, and I was thinking I want to draw them. I want to draw them as a pile of the stones on my chakra, actually. Yes. So I saw a chakra like this, and I saw really a pile of the stones on top of that, like this. Oh, yeah, I draw now and I feel heavy. Yeah, again. So, and I wish them to clean up, disappear, and I want my chakra spin right way. So I'm doing catharsis on this, but maybe you can follow me or you can create your own. But if you feel no blockage, so maybe I offer you an idea to second picture to draw a resources for your chakra. It's like you can say for this chakra, what can be a resource for you, yeah? And so you can go both way. First, you can draw resources if you are very clear about them and name them and fulfill with lines. But if you're not so clear about them, you first draw lines, fulfill many lines, and after this you see what these lines will give you, and the resources will pop out by themselves. And later they will probably come understanding what they are, and or I can help you to take some cards to clarify it about this. So you can do two way. First way is draw resources if you know, and name them and fulfill the with lines, or you fulfill with lines first and look for resources inside there. But I feel this is really have a big blockage, so I want to do the catharsis. For example, Vega, if you see that fog and you think that fog actually is really something want to hide behind, so you can make a catharsis on whole paper, you know, because fog is like everywhere. So you just do big catharsis on this and just release this and see what it can bring you out. Natalie, if you think your world, drawing world, like not real, like, you know, it's like not really reality, is some kind of replacement, you know, you also can do maybe catharsis on whole paper of understanding, just take it out, like distinguish this is cartoon background and make the reality come into this life. Yeah. Okay, and others, I think you already very good at this. You have enough knowledge to create your own path today through this. You see, I think we are growing and through chakra to chakra. And now I think you probably need me more as a co-worker. I mean, we are working together, not as a like a guider or a teacher. It's like we are walking through this now shoulder to shoulder. Yeah, so you can already on this base make your own decision. Notice how do you feel yourself. Wow, the rain outside becomes stronger and stronger. So when you making a composition by yourself, yeah, when I do this, I start to feel dizzy. When you make a composition for the second picture, you can just leave it and or you can make it later, yeah. And you can continuously draw your picture. I will just do for you and to finish my drawings, yeah, to present the complete one. Sometimes there when we draw and you feel it's not enough connections and you can always add some lines more, yeah. And Melba, it's very interesting. I want to say that your chakras drawing is become so different from the drawing you did before, like other drawings, you know, and feels not so crowded and tense. And actually it looks so beautiful, like really like inner side of some kind of like inner side of the body, you know, because of the orange and red lines, and really look like a vine, like a veins, yeah, and capillaries, and like really like a inner side of the body universe. Quite interesting. Looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, everybody has his own character in that. Yeah, your picture already got your own style, so it's quite interesting. But I want to tell you the things when the picture change, you know, like into something else, it's interesting. Yeah, it's probably talk about transformation happening in your mind. Oh, yeah, and so interesting. Yesterday, from that feeling of the cold air, this morning when I wake up, my nose didn't breathe, like I got kind of cold. It's so funny.
I've been sleeping in my tent with my dog the last week.
Hmm.
I tell you, it feels so good to be on the ground.
Oh,
Put some nice pads, but you're still on the ground. It just feels wonderful.
yeah. You know, sometime my family, we are going to camp. And so we're not sleeping on the ground outside, but still being very close to nature in a tent. Yeah. And we have air beds, but it still feels very close to nature. Yeah, it feels good. That's so interesting. Today I draw, it feels so heavy and so hard when I draw this picture, when I put the color, I feel, yeah, it's kind of difficult physically to draw, like I'm working with something heavy. Like if you work with heavy hammer, you will feel your hand is tired of holding the heavy things. That's very interesting. So after that, we draw thin lines. On that picture. And we integrate field lines into the picture. Yeah, okay. And yeah, so I can see now that the chakra from the disc become a sphere. With the line in the middle. And I feel the connection of this chakra with the third one as reaction. Remember, take a deep breath, maybe drink some water, give yourself some moisture. Oh, so interesting. You see, girls, this is two pictures between, yeah? To me, they connected almost very well. Yeah. And so after that, we have to connect some colors. When we connect between themselves, after this, we connect the colors we use. And so we will connect the picture to each other. Yeah, okay. For now, here the result is, here is a circle, that big sphere, and here for now I don't see any kind of fixation yet. Feels want to leave chakra itself like that, and I don't know how about you. And I think this is what I got for today. Yes, and I will turn camera back to face to you and show you my picture from a little bit far away. So this is what I got for today. Yes, so your picture maybe can be surely slightly different. And I'm sure when I connect them to and connect to a bigger one, it will be different. Yeah, become different way.
Yeah.
And so I will post it my picture, what it will look like with each other connection. So this is for today. We will still share our understanding in the group and the drawings and our feeling after drawing that and how do we feel. So for the week, yeah, for the next chakra we come in, we can think about what kind of things words and speaking and communication bring to us, and kind of I feel maybe now it's time to changing of the ability of speaking into a different way, and because it feels one not to talk. Yeah. Yeah, kind of different. Maybe we'll develop like speaking with the connection different way. Yes, and I'm sure, yeah, I already look forward to the next week to draw a sixth chakra. I think it's gonna be amazing things. Yeah, so that's all for today, and I will be happy to see the feedback of those who will join with us on the record. Yeah, thank you everyone. Goodbye, see you next time.